Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. As you can see, I've got flights in progress in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's just pause that for a moment. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can move Microsoft Flight Sim from one drive to another. I've got it on my ordinary drive at the moment, but I've got a nice empty NVMe drive here. I did have it on this smaller NVMe. That's not an SSD, that's an NVMe drive, this one here, which I bought when the sim first released. It was fine for a while, but there's simply not enough space with a 250 gigabyte NVMe drive. So I've got a nice 500 gig free over here and empty. This is for the Steam edition. As you can see, I own the Steam edition of Microsoft Flight Sim. Look at those play hours, my goodness. Probably most of that is downloading this stupid thing. But there you go. I've got the Steam edition. I'm also going to touch upon, if you own the Store edition, or Game Pass edition, from Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm going to touch upon how you can move that as well, and link you to another video made by another member on how to do that. But like I said, I own the Store edition, so I'm going to show you hopefully how I can move it from one drive to the other. So okay, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. Now, coincidentally, while I've got Microsoft Flight Sim installed on an ordinary hard drive, so not an SSD or NVMe drive, just an ordinary hard drive, the performance on the ordinary hard drive is very comparable to what I get on my NVMe drive. I was going to make a whole separate video of this, showing the differences of performance, but I've not actually seen one, so I thought that would be quite interesting for you to see. So I won't do that video now, because there's not actually a degrading in the performance. I've got London City Airport installed, London Landmarks Pack installed, I've got the UK World Update installed, and a couple of things in my community folder, like Ace's livery that I did for my 172. I'll link his channel in the top right. I've got developers mode on in Microsoft Flight Sim, and I'm getting the same frames. I've got rolling cache off, by the way. I'm getting the same frames that I would normally get in my NVMe, and it's not stuttering, it's quite smooth, as you can see. In downtown London, I'm usually getting in the mid-30s. I'm recording, so you can add a couple of frames on if I wasn't recording. And it's pretty much the same performance, so I thought that you would find that interesting. I certainly do. It hangs a little bit while loading, it's a bit slower when loading in the sim. But beside from that, actually I can show you that. Let's go to the main menu. Little bit slower in the actual loading, but you've got to expect that. It's not on a fast drive, it's just on an ordinary 7,200 RPM hard drive. So just pretty much an ordinary hard drive. It would be a little bit quicker here on the NVMe, getting back to the main menu. But the rest of it, it's on par. So I was quite surprised by that. Okay, let's just get rid of that and hide my OBS. I'm going to touch on this. If you own the Game Pass version or Microsoft Store version of Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm going to link a video in the top right by Old Guy Geek. And he shows you how you can move it by going down here to the Start button, left click it, and then go to Settings. I've already got Settings open, as you can see, but go to Settings, and in Settings go to Apps and Features. And if you scroll down the list, if you have the Store version, go and watch his video. I don't own the Store version, so I can't go further than this. If I had the Store version, I believe it has to be installed on your system drive, so where Windows is installed as well. I believe Like I said, go and watch his video. He will explain it a little bit in more detail for you. You should have a move button down here. In fact, one of these programs, is it Paint? Showing you all my programs. This one here, for example, I can move that to another hard drive. Because I don't own the store version of Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm not able to do it here. But if you do have it, the store version, and it's installed on your Windows drive, you can actually move it to another hard drive there. Like I said, go and watch his video. He explains that a little bit more. Okay, so we have the Steam version. Now, I'm going to show you what not to do. This is something I did the other day, which is why I've now got it installed on my ordinary hard drive, because I wanted to see the difference in performance. But I had to reinstall it, and with me it takes a long time. In Steam, if you go to the top here, this is what not to do, by the way. Go to the top here, Steam, first menu, go to Settings, and then in Settings, just pop down to the Downloads tab. And you've got Content Libraries up here. If you click on that, Steam Library Folders, what I did, now I could do it here, I don't have my A drive, so just to give you a reminder, that's where I want to move Flight Sim on my NVMe drive A. I don't have a folder set up for that. If I click on this plus thing here, and I can add, there you go, it's directed it towards A, add that. Not going to, because I tried this. You could click here, and you would think move, I saw a video. Don't do this, by the way. Do not do this. What will happen is it will move the base files in Steam, just the base files, so that 1.8 gigabyte. The rest of your Flight Sim files will be gone. And all you'll have, if I set up a new library on A and move that to A, all you will have is this base file, 1.8 gigabyte. You'll have to download the rest. So do not do that. Let me now get into the meat and veg show. Let me show you, hopefully, how I'm going to move this successfully. Okay, so let's try and move this successfully this time. I was searching online because using the old method, like I just showed you there, let's just go back to its settings, moving it, Steam Library is actually just moving the actual file there, didn't work. But I thought there must be a way of doing this. Let's just cancel that. So I searched online, researched, typed in a couple of questions in Google, of course, and I came across this forum thread here. And this seems to make sense. You don't need to reinstall the whole Steam. Just copy yourself the biggest directories, official and community, and create a new folder on your where you want it. So I'm going to do this. This is the first time I'm doing it, but the logic seems fine. There's another post here. Like I said, I'll link this down below for you in the description so you can read this yourself. Or you can watch what I'm going to do, and hopefully it's going to be successful. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my NVMe drive, open that up, and I'm going to go create new drive, new folder. I'm going to call it FS2020. There we go. So that's where I want my flight simulator moved into. Now I've got that installed, I'm going to move a couple of folders over here. Hope this is going to work. So I'm going to go to my D drive. Flight Sim on a D drive is actually in quite a strange place. Oh, that's not in that place. It's in Steam Library. Steam Apps. Common. A little bit different to where it is on my laptop and Microsoft Flight Sim. Don't worry about that. It's just installed it to a bespoke place for me. Or a bit of a strange place. Like I said, like that post was saying, the two biggest folders are going to be official and community, depending on what you have installed in your community folder. I do have a few mods just to test it out. So when I move these across, these should work as long as this whole process works. My livery from Aces, Just Flight, Professional 146 and Orbix Britain Central installed. They should work. So let's move the community folder across first. I'm going to cut it out from here. I'm going to go to my PC. I do hope this works. I'm going to be a very sad person if it doesn't. And we'll let that copy across. Okay, so my community folder has copied across. I'm going to do the same thing with the official. So that's on my new hard drive now. Or my empty hard drive. This place I want to put Flight Simulator. Just go into the same place, or common Microsoft Flight Sim. So I'm going to copy. Just make sure I've got the correct folder here. Just go to properties. This folder is about 165 gigabyte. It is the one. I can leave this to populate, but it will take a while because it's on an ordinary hard drive, so it's not quite as quick. Anyway, that is the folder. We don't need to see it go all the way up. So I'm going to cut that. Oh, I do hope this is going to work. In there and paste it in. And this is going to take quite a while, so I'll cut this and come back when it's copied. Now it's copied across. It took quite a while for the official folder to copy across from an ordinary hard drive. So it was on, oh, let's just get rid of that one there. It was on my D drive, of course, as you can see here. It took quite a while for that official folder to copy across because of the size of it. Remember, it's 165 gigabyte. As you can see with an NVMe drive, this is going a lot quicker now. It's a lot faster than an ordinary hard drive. So there you go, 165 gigabyte all copied across. Now I do realize in the previous part of this video that I went through finding my Steam folder on D quite quickly. I didn't make a song and dance about it because mine could be in a different location to yours. I'm going to put the default path to your Steam library or to your Microsoft Flight Sim library down below in the description. We're only talking about the Steam edition, remember, on this video, as I'm showing you how to move the Steam folder, not the Microsoft Store folder. So I'll put the default path to where Steam will be installed, Microsoft Flight Sim will be installed. You may have to change the drive letter depending which drive you have your Steam games installed to. I'll quickly show you where mine is again. It's under Steam Library in D. Yours might be different, but you want to find where your Steam apps is, and common, and then depending on how many games you've got on Steam, you may find different games here, but look for Microsoft Flight Sim, and that is where you'll find your official and community folder. What I've actually done, mine's pretty empty now, Microsoft Flight Sim, as you just saw, because I uninstalled it. I right-clicked here, went to Manage, and uninstalled the game from D. I'm now going to reinstall it to drive A. So remember, let's just go to drive A a second. That's all I've got on drive A. Now this has changed since I last installed Flight Simulator on an NVMe drive. And I'm going to talk you through this. You want to go to install. Instead of going to D, I'm going to choose drive A now. Create new Steam library on drive A. So I'm going to do that. I think it used to let you choose your own folder, but it seems to have changed a little bit. But I'm going to install it. Install under A Steam library. Go next. And it will just populate the files and it will download. Now it should download fairly quickly with my, oh, it's just installed Steamworks, never mind. It should install fairly quickly with my connection. Let's just see what my, it's not going the quickest at the moment. It can usually go up to 20 megabyte a second. Probably will, I'll give it time. But what I'll do, I'll cut here and come back when it's installed. Okay, so that didn't take long at all. It took maybe 5 minutes to install Flight Sim on my system, which is good. I do have a more recent, newer internet at the moment. Faster internet would be the best way to say it. Let's go home. So Flight Simulator is installed. So if we look, we can get rid of that for a moment. Let's look at my PC under A, under Steam Library, and under Steam Apps, and Common. There's my Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's installed it. You can see it's not got the two folders, the community and the other one, in there. Oops, in there at the moment. That's because they're if you remember from where I previously put that, I copied them across to this folder. So what I'm going to do here, this shouldn't take long because it's on the same drive. I'm going to cut from there. Go back to where Steam library is, Steam apps, common, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yours should be in the same place if you're following along with this. I'm just going to right click and paste. There you go. They're both in there. So let's just come out of there and go back. You should see community with all my community mods in there and official. And again, that should be 165 gigabytes. Yeah, we won't let that populate. The proof's in the pudding here now, though. Let's go play. Now, according to the website, this can take a moment. It might hang for a little bit till it finds it. We'll let Flight Sim come up. Up you come. Hopefully soon. It's obviously the first time it's starting on this drive, so it might take a second. There we go. Got it in windowed mode. I've still got the dev mode on. Never mind. You're going to have to pull it with this. Forgot to turn it off. Developer mode on, but it shouldn't make a difference. I'm just hoping it should verify the files. It may download one or two extra little files. Fingers crossed. I do not want to reinstall this again. But with my official folder, all the packages are in there essentially. So I'm hoping it should be okay. This may take a moment or two, but I'm going to keep it in real time. I'm not going to cut this unless it's going to be a large download all of a sudden. Oh, I'm quite nervous at the moment because, well, not nervous, but I'm quite apprehensive because this is the first time trying this method. But if it works, we can celebrate and you can try the same thing yourself if need be. It's hanging a bit there, checking for updates. Oh. Now, I don't want it to install. Let's just keep hold of this. It's in Steam library, Steam apps, common, Microsoft Flight Simulator, select folder. It actually picks up D again. That was a bit nerve-wracking. So now it's searching under A rather. So yeah, if you didn't catch that, sorry, I went through that pretty quickly because that got me a little bit nervous. But just watch that in slow motion if you can, and hopefully this will work now. I've pointed it towards the A drive. Ah, come on, come on. Checking for updates. It's not crashing or hanging at the moment, which is good. I did notice that last time when I moved it from my smaller NVMe drive to install it on the ordinary drive, I had to redirect it. It was picking up my small NVMe drive when it was trying to install again. So I had to direct it to the D drive. I've just directed it, as you saw, to the A drive now. Hey, presto, guys. It looks like it's loading in. Oh, wonderful. Thank goodness for that. Now, can I expand that window? I can. Don't hang. Oh, what have I done? Okay, let it just keep going. I think it's just thinking, hopefully. Yes, it is. Okay, so we'll let this carry on. Might just cut the video here slightly. It is pausing. Let's just stay with it, shall we? It is pausing quite a bit, which it shouldn't do. Don't forget, we're tricking the sim, in fact, in some ways. Oh no, we've just moved it from one drive to the other, so you've got to expect a couple of hiccups here and there. But what I'll do, I'll load in and check that my couple of files that I have, I'll get rid of this box as well when I can get this FPS counter. In fact, I can do that now if it stops hanging. Options, I can at least get rid of the display FPS. There we go. I'll come out of developer mode later if I want to. Oh, it's loaded in. Just going to check on the world map here. Cessna 172. So let's just see liveries. There's the Hodgson livery, so that's still there. That was in my community folder. And if I go down, if I go to aircraft selection, I should see the 146 as I have that installed, I'm hoping. If not, that's not a biggie, I can just reinstall that, but it should be there. A 146 is there as well. In fact, let's just choose a 146 to keep that livery. And we'll take off from Hodgson International. And I will cut this. Well, let's keep you here, chaps, just to see if it's all working. And you can see in real time if everything's okay. So setting off from Hodgson International, London City Airport. It's just a joke people have on the Discord. In the 146. It's loading in fairly quickly. It should do now. It's on an NVMe drive. What I might do was, well, I might go up in the air just to show you. I mean, the 146, it's going to hit the frames a little bit heavier, just because there's more stuff going on, but still should be okay. Loading in. That's brilliant. I'm relieved that it's worked, and it means also I can get this video out to you in case you have the Steam edition and want to move it from one drive to the other. If you need to re-watch the video, the parts that I moved from one drive to the other, so I moved the official and community folder from D drive to A, put it into a separate folder, uninstalled Flight Sim from D, reinstalled it to the A drive, and as you saw, I can actually show you this, but you probably just saw that. I reinstalled it to the A drive, created a Steam library folder for me, so it's all very straightforward to find Flight Simulator. Then I cut and pasted the community and official folder into the new Flight Simulator folder that it created. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially if you're a newbie to computers, but follow it step by step what I did and you should find the same results. Come on, come on. It's just prolonging the video, isn't it? Waiting for this aircraft to load into London City. Might take a little bit longer to load the first time or two that you run it, because you've just moved it and it's just finding all the indexes, perhaps. All the different parts and pieces that it needs to load in the sim. Let this carry on. But I do hope this is going to be useful for a few of you. Remember, this is for the Steam edition. It won't work for the store edition. Go and watch Old Guy Geek's video on that if you want to move the store edition. Again, I'm assuming it has to be on your primary drive, your sort of system drive, for that to happen, but I don't know. Maybe somebody can let me know down below in the comments if it works regardless of what drive it's on. So there you go, 146 is loaded. Let's get external, as you can see. London City Airport, yep, that is the London City Airport add-on pack I can see from all the different things that come with the London City. I'll link the review video I did of the London City Airport add-on package. But that's worked, chaps. Okay, like I said, I hope this has been useful for you. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Many of these types of Flight Simulator videos on the way, and I've got quite a few on my channel already. And I'll see you soon.